Hello all and welcome to Astro Wheel of Fortune. My name is Vlada and I read tarot, and today I'm doing a reading on an important moment in your future. So I wanted to connect to not like a period of time, not to connect to your future self. I wanted to connect to a very specific moment in your future in this reading and see the energy about this moment and what's important about this moment. So we're going to have 4 groups for this. We've got group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. These groups are, you can pick 1 or 2 if you feel called to 1 or 2. But I feel like for these kind of readings, I do feel like it's better to just pick 1, honestly. But like really sit on the message and really decide which one you want to pick. Because I think that you derive more value in just like really zoning in on one message. But again, that's just my opinion. So if you don't feel like that, you can pick 1 or 2. You can listen to all of them. You can listen to 3 of them. Or maybe there's no pull that you feel towards any of these piles either. And if you're not feeling any pull to any of these piles, then maybe this reading is just not for you at all. So that's the reading that we're going to have. I also wanted to show you, I got a tattoo of the 4 suits in tarot. So we've got the cups, the swords, the pentacles, and the wands. And I got it, it was very, very spontaneous. I had a really, really nice day out. It was a really, really cool day out. I had a great time, and at the end of the day I was kind of like strolling around the little town that I visited, and I was strolling around by myself, and I was like really having these kind of like nice moments with myself where I was like reminding myself of how the day went and how I felt, and I felt really good in the moment. And I passed this tattoo shop and I felt such a pull to go in. This is my first tattoo, by the way. I don't have any other tattoos, and I felt, but I've always wanted a tattoo with all the suits from tarot not always, since I started reading tarot. Kind of like a year into reading tarot, I really felt this need to get like the suits tattooed on me, but I just never did, and I always kind of like pushed it aside. And that day I was just passing this tattoo shop and I was like, I feel like I have to go in. I have to go in. And before I knew it, I literally went in. I didn't even have a picture ready. I literally had to like look up a picture that I liked, Before I knew it, I was just sitting in the chair getting the tattoo, feeling the sensation of the tattoo gun going into my skin. And I was just like, this is insane. Like, I don't know. It's just like I used to overthink tattoos so much. And it's like in that moment, I was literally like, that's it. And it's just happening. So it just happened. And I thought it was like a really cool experience because I just felt so happy after I got this tattoo done. And before that, like, I feel like I really commemorated a very important feeling. And that was very exciting for me. But I wanted to show everyone it's all the suits. So, and I just wanted to kind of like, I've always been really interested in having like elements tattooed on me. And then when I started reading tarot, these are the elements: water, air, earth, and fire. I was like, it's perfect. It's like I kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But anyway, let's start with the reading. We're gonna get started. So an important moment in your future, let's get into it. So we're gonna start with group number 1. So group number 1, let's see. Let's get into an important moment in your future. What is that going to be? Let's get into it. So for group 1, let's see. I might do some channeling because I've just been channeling very intensely lately. So I might get something from more channeling perspective, but we'll see what comes up. We've got Sagittarius, we've got intuition, we've got networker, sandpiper spirit, be playful. And we've got glass box, all eyes on you, scrutiny, entrapment, or attention. I am getting a very interesting energy already. Sorry, let me bring these closer and hopefully you can see them better. This, I'm trying to make sure that you can see this better. Maybe this is better. Okay, so I'm getting a very specific energy here, and the energy is very... You're the center of attention. So let me set the scene, okay? A moment in your future. So you're the center of attention in some sort of way. You're having a lot of fun. You're the center of attention. You're having a lot of fun, but it's not mindless fun. There's something very intuitive about the way that you're having fun. It feels very natural, and it feels like you're interacting with people in a very intuitive way. You're speaking to people that you want to speak to. You are not speaking to people that you don't want to speak to. It feels like the company that you're keeping, the company that is around you, is kind of like very authentic to you. It feels like whoever these people are, they're very authentic to you. It feels natural to be in their company. You're enjoying yourself. You could even be dancing, or it could just be like a very lively conversation. You could be exchanging information with people, exchanging information, exchanging knowledge. But it's a really fun, playful way of exchanging knowledge. But I'm seeing that you're really the center of attention in some sort of way. Like, people are really wanting to hear from you. People are really wanting to get information from you. So it could even be that you're teaching something. But it feels more playful than like teaching, like the way that maybe most of us would associate teaching. You're being very playful. You are definitely teaching people something, but I don't know if it's through your energy or if it is like you're literally teaching something. But I'm seeing you as like the center of attention. You are being very intuitive. It's like you are tuned into every single person in the room. And I do feel like there's a good few people in the room. You're so tuned into every person in the room. It's like you can almost sense what every single person in the room is thinking or feeling. And you're able to interact with every person in a very beautiful and intuitive way. It's like your overall energy is very abundant and very broad and very inviting, but there's something about how you tailor your energy, and it's not you're tailoring this energy to people please. The way that you tailor your energy to people to make them comfortable, invite them in, get them involved. There's something very strong about involving people. Like, it's like you're the center of attention, and it's like I'm getting this energy of someone dancing or someone like showing off, but not showing off in like an annoying way, showing off what they've got. I mean, I also heard showing off the chops. I don't know. I don't even know what that means exactly. Maybe it doesn't mean anything, but you're in this energy of like showing something off. Showing off your knowledge, showing off yourself, showing off what you're capable of. But you're also pulling people in then. And once you've showed off, you're like, okay, you show off now. You show yourself now. And so there's almost an encouraging energy that you are creating for people to show themselves off just the way that you have showed yourself off. But it's a very interesting kind of communal energy. You're networking, you're interacting. I feel like people will want to hit you up after this. If this is a party and you're like interacting and you're showing off and you're getting other people to show off, people will want to like catch up with you. People are like, can I get your Instagram? I would really like to catch up with you, kind of thing. What's your email? What's your number kind of thing? You might be getting a lot of contacts out of this situation. Or if it's like a class that you're teaching, people are really getting your details to pass on to their friends, or like spread your teachings in terms of word of mouth, or being like, oh, do you put this on social media? Do you put this online? Can I contact you about this? Can I get in touch with you about this lesson that we had today? There's that kind of energy, but I feel it's very lively. It's very playful. If you are teaching something, you're teaching it in a very playful way. There's something quite entertaining about you, but you're also entertaining people through showing them that they can also entertain themselves, or that they're entertaining in their own right. There's a real sense of unity, but it's like, it kind of feels like you showing off actually helps that energy of unity. You actually expand that energy of unity by showing off in yourself. And that is very interesting to me. Let me kind of try and channel what kind of place in life you're in this moment. What kind of place are you in this moment in time? You feel secure. Like, I feel, and it's not like you feel secure, not just in terms of like resources, not just in terms of knowledge, but also just like secure in yourself, that to show off to you, you're like an expert at showing off, but not in a way that you would think like, oh, that person loves to show off. you're an expert at showing off in a way that is so elegant and intuitive and not over the top that like it's almost like you could teach people how to show off in that way. And maybe that is what you're teaching people, but the kind of place that you're at in life, it feels just very, very secure. Like I know who I am. I'm very comfortable in who I am. I know who I am. I'm very comfortable in who I am. I really enjoy myself. And I enjoy every person around me. And if I don't enjoy them, I find a very easy and elegant way of not interacting with them. But I can find something to enjoy in almost anybody. Sorry, I feel like your future self is coming through to chat, like for me to channel. Everyone that I meet, I'm able to see something to enjoy in them. Anyone that I interact with, I know where to look for the interesting bits. I know where to look for the fascinating aspects of them. I can get anybody to be playful with me. Almost anybody. Some people are tougher than others, but I can get almost anyone to be playful with me. I can get almost anyone to open up. There is a very strong sense of play here, but it's very intuitive play. It's this play that, it almost feels like an improv class or almost something like that. Maybe for some of you that could resonate. If you would love to like teach improv or something like that, you would actually be excellent at it. You would be an excellent improv teacher is what I'm getting here. But other than that, it's not just improv. It's like, it's play. It's like playing pretend. But it's in the context of you teaching something. But you also know how, when I said you were tuned into every single person in the room intuitively, it's like you know how to pull different people in. But there is a very strong like improv energy here. And I'm also getting something with like your fingers or your thumbs. I don't know why. There's just like something about the dexterity of your hands. So maybe something is involved where you are... For some of you, I got sign language. So maybe... Oh, for some of you, if one of your goals or interests is to learn sign language in this lifetime or something like that, I feel like this is a moment in time in your life where you know sign language. That is so random, but that's just something that came through. Obviously, this is not going to be a message for all of you, but for some of you, maybe you are learning sign language right now. And maybe this is a confirmation. It's like, oh yeah, and you're signing as well. But I'm getting, even if sign language is not something that you are like resonating with, a moment in time and you're doing something like there's something very, the way your hands and fingers, the fingers are the thing that is being highlighted to me. It's like this kind of, a lot of these kind of motions with fingers. I'm getting finger guns as well. But something to do with fingers. That is so strange. But it's like, maybe the way you're speaking is so open and it's like you're speaking with your hands and your arms. Like I am getting your hands and your arms as well, but especially your fingers. There's something about the way you speak. I'm quite literally getting speak with your fingers. So for a lot of you, this could be something related to sign language. Maybe you're teaching sign language. Maybe you're learning sign language, but I'm getting this moment in time, you're more in a position of teaching. That is a big energy that I'm getting. I'm not getting learning. You're not learning from others. You could be learning from others through, like if you teach, you learn. If you're teaching someone something, you're also learning. You're learning from your student. So you could be learning from your students, but there is All eyes are on you. People are paying attention to you and what you have to say for the most part in this moment in time. So let's see what else. Let's get some tarot to elaborate on this moment in time. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. You're helping people become more grounded at the same time, but it's through play in this moment in time. You may actually, there's something about you connecting with quite stubborn people and getting them to like loosen up. That's a very strong energy that I'm picking up on. You know, like getting, you know, the kind of person that is at a party and they're like, no, I'm not going to dance. I'm not going to dance. Or like, no, I'm not going to get into this. Like, I just rather observe. You are finding a way to get this person to dance, or you're finding a way to get this person to have fun in some sort of way. Or like it's a person in the class who's like very quiet and very reserved and very stubborn and about it, and it's like you're getting that person to, I think it's gonna feel like such a win. Okay, so this feels like a massive win to you. It's like, wow, I'm powerful is what I'm getting. You're going to see in this moment in time, you're going to see this like powerful energy within you. Like, I got that person, that quiet person that never dances, that never like opens themselves up. I got them to have fun and play and really get engaged with the energy here. So I'm getting a breakthrough moment in this moment in future in time, where you're getting somebody, and I think maybe the fingers is really kind of like you're weaving something energetically. Maybe that's a metaphor, because I always associate these kind of like motions, you know, with, you know, magic. You're literally doing something quite magical in this moment in time. This is a cool reading. Knight of Cups. You are so, it's like you're turning this Knight of Pentacles in reverse into this Knight of Cups. You're turning someone who's quite rigid and stubborn and reserved into someone who's maybe not super, because the Knight of Cups is not super extroverted, right? The Knight of Cups is still pretty quiet and like, but Knight of Cups, he's very flowy. And there's something very like malleable about him. You're turning someone who's almost like stone into something a little bit more malleable and flexible. Maybe some of you are doing like dance classes and you're going to feel like a breakthrough with a student who is like quite stiff, and they're, you know, maybe they're there to learn how to dance, but they're struggling. It's that kind of energy. It's like getting someone who is very stiff to all of a sudden become so free flowing. And it's like you're charging people with energy of free flow. For some of you, this could be like a spiritual thing that you're doing, where you're spiritually charging somebody. And maybe you're literally specializing in people that struggle with like this stiffness. And you're helping people out of their stiffness. It's like helping someone out of their stiffness. It's almost like a spiritual stretch. It's like these people get stretched out spiritually for the first time. And this could be through so many things, but like I feel like it's either a class, you're literally in a class and you're leading some sort of program or a class. So this could be something you end up doing for a living. This could be something you end up doing as a career kind of thing. But for a lot of you, I think this could also be just like you're at an event or a party and you're just getting involved with people. But it's like a master class in being free-flowing, confident, showing off. It's kind of like people feel in this moment like you're giving them permission to show off. And not because you're some sort of authority over them, but because, you know, watching you show off in an elegant and intuitive kind of way makes it feel like, oh, well, showing off is actually something very beautiful, something very fun, something really great. Ace of Swords in reverse. something is kind of unspoken. That's what I mean. Even if you're teaching something here, you're not saying like, hey, today I'm going to help you out of your rigid energy into your flowy energy. That's not what you're doing. It's like, that's the background. You're not specifically saying, I'm helping you out of your rigidity and putting you into a free-flowing energy for you to be more malleable. It's like the class that you're leading or whatever it is that you're doing, it's just making it happen. It's just making it happen. You're alleviating some sort of burden for people in that moment in time. And it feels like a very specific moment. I think maybe you'll have more moments like this, but this one is going to be special for some reason. And I feel like the reason that it's going to be special is because maybe it's a particularly stubborn person, or just like you're going to have a breakthrough. This might even be a moment where you see yourself do this and you go, oh, like this is a talent of mine. I could do this, more. I could do more of this. I could make this happen more often. There's an energy of change and transformation, and you're the leader in that change and transformation. But it's like out of rigidity and into playfulness, into extroversion of some sort. And it's not that you're trying to force introverted people to be extroverts. It's that you're helping introverted people, or people who are maybe more introverted than you, to feel like it's okay to express themselves. And it's not in that kind of way like, oh, I'm giving you permission to express yourself because I'm so special. It's like, watch, look, nothing bad happens when you do it. And it's kind of like, maybe you're not afraid of making a fool out of yourself in this moment as well. There's something about you being so comfortable in your mistakes and your kind of goofiness, or not being super elegant. Like, it's like you make not being elegant or not looking elegant look so elegant. There's something it's like a paradox. It's like it's like you can be goofy and kind of, there's something a little bit, maybe even a little bit uncouth, or I'm trying to find like the perfect word, but I can't. It's like unrefined. It's like you being unrefined and messy, but not messy in like kind of like, oh, that's hard to watch that they're messy. It's like they're messy, but they're just enjoying the chaos of themselves, or in this playful manner, in this playful energy. I also this moment, I'm picking up for some of you, in this moment, someone is kind of falling for you, is what I'm picking up on, or developing a crush on you. And but I don't think that's particularly important for this message, because I don't think that's something that you're going to be aware of in the moment. But in this moment, I think there's going to be somebody developing like a very strong crush on you. And I'm really feeling that right now, actually. I'm actually feeling that very strongly. It's like all eyes are on you, all the attention is on you, but you're also getting people to just kind of like, and it could well be this person that you're actually getting to loosen up and be more malleable and be less rigid. It could be the very person that you're helping become a little bit more free-flowing. But I am getting that very strongly. It's a moment in your future where you're kind of showcasing this talent that you may not even know is a talent. You're networking with people, you're interacting, you're chatting to people. It's so easy to talk to you. It's so easy to connect with you. You're very open, you're very bright. It's very intuitive the way you're moving. You're kind of like a social butterfly in this moment, but like you're teaching people things at the same time, and you're very knowledgeable and you're very wise. But you're wise, but you're also not afraid of being a bit of an idiot. Like, it's kind of like, how can someone be so wise and so elegant and be so comfortable and being a bit of a goof, being a bit of an idiot, and not being super refined, but that's what your wisdom lies in. And I think this is a moment where that is very evident. And I think there's one specific person who is going to pick up on that to the point of a crush, where they're going to appreciate your energy in that moment to the point where they're going to be like, and I'm crushing on this person. Like, there's almost that kind of feeling. It's like, oh, they're so cool. I like the way they're like, not afraid to goof around. They're not afraid to be a little bit of an idiot, or like make a bit of a mistake and be a bit messy in their energy. But it looks so elegant, and they're so intuitive the way they're doing it. It's so cool. And I think it might even be a moment where someone develops a crush on you and they kind of go, oh, I want to ask them out. Like, there's almost that kind of feeling that I'm getting. But it's like, that's not important to your message, if that makes sense. Because your message is just I think your realization is like, oh, I'm talented at this very specific thing of making people feel free-flowing. And even the most rigid person in the room, I can get them to open up. But there's something like, it's like, it could be even a room full of people who have a lot of like worries. They have a lot on their mind, and they're worrying about things that, like, it's not that they don't matter, but it's like all that like outside noise, and they're worrying about it, and you're able in that moment to really heal a lot of it, or like alleviate it, and almost make these worries seem so much smaller than they seemed before this moment accumulated. There's something like very powerful. And I think I'm really getting with the networker card. A lot of people will be like, I'm getting people texting you after this, and it feels like either a class or an event, something you attend with a lot of people, and you're either the teacher or you're just like kind of taking on the role in the teacher in that moment. I'm kind of getting people texting you the next day being like, oh my God, that was so much fun last night. Like, you were great. Like, there's that kind of feeling that I'm getting. This was so much. Thank you for coming. Like, the host, if it was a party, maybe the host of the party is like, thank you so much for coming. I had like the best time. It was so much fun. You were great. People were talking about like how fun it was. Or maybe you're the host. Oh, maybe you're the host of the party. That could very well be true, because you're the center of attention here. Maybe you're the host, and maybe people are texting you and they're literally like, the next day they're like, that was the best party, that was the best event, like, thank you so much. Actually, this is okay. Never mind. Let's sorry, I got excited. You are organizing an event. This is what this is. This moment in your future is an event that you have organized. And I feel like this event is going to result in people wanting to do more things with you, reconnect with you. How can I hang out with group one again? How can I enjoy this kind of energy again? So this feels either a party, like a literal party that you host, and this is an event that people talk about. Like, I'm kind of getting people going, remember that party that group one hosted? You're the host. You're the host of this, whatever this is. You're the host. And you are providing something like of value within this through a very playful energy. And this could be an event that is more like work oriented. Maybe it's more towards like a career kind of side of things, but it's still fun. It's not that kind of work event where it's like, oh my God, get me out of here. It's an event where people are just genuinely enjoying it. And they're saying, you know what? It's a work event, but it didn't feel like a work event. It felt like so much fun. It was so enjoyable. I had the best time. Or it's a literal party. And I feel like this moment in your future, it's around that. I think it's going to be something very pivotal. I think someone's going to develop a crush on you. And I think there's a lot of people texting you back afterwards being like, this was like the coolest thing ever. I had so much fun. And you're really stepping into some sort of like leadership energy after this event. You're recognizing yourself as a leader more after this event, is what I'm picking up on. Wow, this was cool. This was a really interesting moment in time for you. Or it will be, I should say. This is a moment in your future, and it's really, really, wow, I'm just so excited for you to have this moment. I think it's going to be like really, really replenishing. You're just going to be intuitively, so aligned with every single person at that event, whatever, whoever those people are going to be, you're just going to be so intuitively aligned with them. Okay, but you're the host, and it feels like a lot of people are just like really admiring you at that event. Okay, let's move forward. So we're moving on to group number 2. So let's get into it. Group number 2. Let's see, what is this special event in your future? Group 1 was super interesting, so I'm so excited for the rest of the readings. So let's get into it. We've got air element, communicating. We've got synchronicity. The synchronization you are experiencing is in the universe is letting you know you're aligning to your true path. Servant, delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. Antelope spirit, life is speeding up. Oh, I'm picking up on something. And we've got crystal waterfalls, clear your mind and cleanse your soul, healing, cleansing, and recharging. This is going to be, I feel like this is going to be a message or some sort of like something that comes at you fast. Like this feels like something that comes at you fast, and you're just like, where did that come from? I did not expect this. Like, I didn't expect this phone call. I didn't expect this text. But the way that it's happening, it's happening right at the right time. It's kind of like, I did not expect this, but the fact that this message or this phone call or this email, the fact that this person is reaching out to me right now, it couldn't have come at a better time. This is coming to me at exactly the right time. This is going to be so much help to me. Either it's because this person is reaching out to you and maybe they're saying something that you're like, I needed to hear this today. Like, I needed to hear this. Or maybe someone's reaching out and being like, hey, I wanted to offer you this opportunity. And you're like, you know what? I was literally at my wit's end. This couldn't have come at a better time. Or like, because I feel like with the servant energy, there's something... I think this is coming from someone who you've helped, and maybe you're not even aware you've helped them, but they see your energy, and you, as someone who has gotten them through a tough time in their life or has helped them in some sort of way. And this person is reaching out and they're like, hey, I have this opportunity. Or maybe they're reaching out and saying something to you that you really needed to hear in that moment. Like, I just feel like I needed to hear this today. I needed to hear this today. And maybe this could be someone you haven't heard from in literal years for some of you. That's not necessarily, but like, it could be. Or ever. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person that you know. For some of you, this could be a person that you're not even aware of, but you have helped them in some sort of way. And that can be like, it's because what I'm getting is like, you don't know me, but I know you kind of energy. It's like, and I'm actually channeling something here. It's like someone reaching out and being like, I'm sorry if this is like a weird message or a weird text or a weird email, but you don't know me, but I know you. I've been following your work, or I know you like this. I know you from this, like, you don't know me, but we actually went to the same school, or like we worked together. I don't know if you remember me. And the thing is, I think you may not remember this person. I think you may not like, or you may kind of go like, oh, who? And then you go, oh my God, yeah, I do remember you. But oh my God, like, this is not someone you're thinking about. And for a lot of you, I think this might happen soon. This might happen. I'm hearing 2 to 3 months. For some of you, this feels like an energy that is not that far away. But the moment, like, I'm just getting a very strong moment of like, this couldn't have come at a better time. The timing is perfect. And it's kind of, I feel even like, oh, if I got this text a month ago, like I wouldn't have known what to do with it. Or if I got this phone call a month ago, I wouldn't have known what to do with it. This has aligned and happened in the perfect timing. And I feel like something about this communication is going to feel very cleansing, and like you're cleansed of some sort of worry, you're cleansed of some sort of difficulty, because it feels like it's going to serve you. That's a very strong energy that I'm getting. And with Antelope Spirit, life is speeding up. It may all of a sudden feel like it's like this communication is going to provide you with some sort of progress. It's like all of a sudden going, oh my God, I feel like this phone call has changed how I feel about my progress in life. All of a sudden, I feel like I've made tons of progress. Like I've made tons of like leaps, and like I'm making a leap in my life, but it's kind of like I've been making leaps in my life for a while now, but this phone call is like confirms to me that I've made a lot of progress and I've been making huge leaps in my life. It feels very, very, very faded, but it's like it's been developing. It's been developing. It's been unraveling in some sort of way. Queen of Cups. So this communication could be coming from a water sign, especially a woman, but it doesn't have to be. Again, it doesn't have to be a water sign, but this is coming from someone who is very I think this person, even if they don't know you personally, they have feelings of like care towards you, and it's not necessarily like over-involved care, but they care about you from a distance in some sort of way. Like they have a caring nature towards you. This is coming from someone who might even feel like, I'm hearing Soul Sister, and you know that song, hey, like what's the lyrics? Hey Soul Sister, I don't remember, but anyway, it's that song. But I'm getting like Soul Sister, or maybe even like Soul Mother is coming through, but more of a like Soul Sister is coming through, but with Soul Sibling, you know. But it's just like the reference I got in my energy. It's like someone who feels like you're connected spiritually, energetically. Someone very, very compassionate and empathetic. This is actually someone who, like, I feel it's an energy of someone who wants to help. Wants to, like, provide you with loving energy, caring energy, a lot of empathy. And even if it's just, you know, even if it's without becoming too involved with you as a person, it's like they feel like they want to help you or give you something. And this is going to help you feel like things are really progressing. Really progressing. Like, wow, I have been thinking that I wasn't making progress all this time. And I was. And this is my progress. Some sort of an offer with the Knight of Cups. This feels like some sort of an offer. Someone coming forward and being like, here's an offer. And it feels like, see the way she's like carrying the soup? It's like something quite healing, because I'm thinking soup is kind of like, it's like warm and there's something comforting. And this is going to be a very, very, very comforting message or phone call. Or like if you've been struggling with your money or career, this is going to be someone calling you and being like, hey, I was thinking maybe, you know, maybe I could offer you this, or, you know, maybe we could do this together. Or I heard of this opportunity, you should check it out. And instantly you're like, you know what, this has been a very healing phone call, or this is a very healing message. You're going to feel healed by this piece of communication coming in, most likely from a woman, but it doesn't have to be. And it could be a water sign, a very strong water sign energy here. What? We've got the King of Cups. Wow. This could be a team of people as well. Because I'm kind of getting soul family energy now as well. This could be like a team of people who are on the same energy as you. maybe it's like you don't know us, but we know you. We've been watching your work. Or do you remember us? Like that kind of feeling, that kind of energy. Maybe this person is reaching out to you, but it's like a gateway into a group of people who are very loving and caring. Five of Cups. It's like with the Five of Cups, maybe you're looking over these spilled 3 cups, right? You're looking over these spilled 3 cups and you're looking at everything that you've lost. And you're looking at everything that went wrong in your life or whatever, wherever you're finding yourself in this moment in the future. You're feeling quite pessimistic. You're looking at things from an angle that is like, oh, like shit is not working out for me, you know? Life is really just not setting the way that I wanted to set. And I feel like this communication will make you turn around and look at the 2 cups that you do have and make you realize there's more cups for you to accumulate along the way. And you're like, I have 2 cups here. I have 2 cups here. I have 2 cups and I can keep going and I will find more cups along the way. Because something about this communication is promising me more cups. This feels like something that will replenish you emotionally, even if it has to do with work, even if it has to do with career, even if it has to do with something outside of emotional things. This feels like something that replenishes you emotionally. Okay, let me tap into this moment a little bit more. You'll feel like your guides are there, like I'm feeling a strong energy of just like, it might be even a moment where prior to this moment you were feeling like your guides have forgotten you. They just like, they're not answering any of your, it's like, it might be a moment where it's been very hard for you to connect to your guides prior to this as well. There's something very spiritual to this. Like, I also feel like this moment, when you receive this communication, you're going to be alone. I'm picking up on that very strongly. And it's kind of like you're going to be alone in your own energy and you're receiving, like, let's say it's a phone call and you, as soon as you put your phone down, I'm just picking up on like, oh, I can feel my guides. I can feel them. And it's like all of a sudden you're getting channelings or you're getting information. All of a sudden you're like, I need to write this down. I need to write this down. It's just this moment of like, you know what I'm getting? You know, the specific shot that they do in movies. Is it the dolly? Is it called the dolly? I'm getting that energy where it's like the person walks towards the camera as the camera moves out, and the image that they get from that is quite interesting. It's quite like a disorienting, it's like a very, very interesting kind of image that they get in movies. I'm pretty sure it's called Dolly something or something Dolly. I can't remember. But it's where the character walks towards the camera as the camera, or no, they move the character towards the camera as the camera zooms out. But it's, I think, is it Spike Lee that uses that a lot? I can't remember, but it's just that specific feeling is coming through, right? In that moment, I'm getting that feeling of like, feeling like things are zooming out and zooming in at the same time. It's going to feel like that. That's the exact feeling that I'm getting for you, group 2. It's like every single struggle, every single disappointment, every single what if, every single doubt, in that moment they accumulate to that. It's like as soon as you put down your phone, as soon as you read the message on the screen, and it's kind of like you're gonna need a moment after this communication because something about it is really going to hit you in a positive way. Like, it's kind of like, it's what I always felt was going to happen, or it's like I could feel like this thing is going to be happening for me or coming for me, but I didn't fully believe it. And now it's right in front of me. And it's going to feel like such an intense, you might get ringing in your ear as well. I'm picking up. You could get ringing in your ear. You might feel something like intuitively or literally on your body. Like I'm getting shivers. Like feeling this moment of just, wow. It's kind of like, have you ever had a feeling of dread And it's like you're intensely being brought into your body with dread, but this is not going to be with dread. This is going to be a moment of like elation or excitement, like being brought into your body in a very intense way through something that is very like amazing. It's like if you can relate to that feeling of dread, like, you know, you think you lost something very important and you go whoop into your body, it's like whoop. That's the feeling, but it's not with dread. It's like it kind of feels like, imagine if you got a phone call to tell you that you won the lottery or something like that. Like, you know, it's like, hey, you won 10 million. Imagine the feeling that you would get in your body. Maybe for some of you, it's literally that. It's like someone calling you and being like, you won the lotto. If you do the lotto, maybe that's what it is. But it feels, for a lot of you, it feels more than, it feels like something emotionally, like someone calling you and giving you good news that, like, it's news that you kind of didn't even know you could get. It's going to be very exciting. Like, very exciting. But I think you're going to have to take a moment. Like, I'm almost getting like, wait a minute, I need to sit down. I need to sit down and think about this. I'm excited. I have this feeling of excitement in my body, but I need to sit down and think about this. That's the energy that I'm getting. And for a lot of you, it feels like it's not that far away. Like, life is literally speeding up. It kind of feels a moment between where life felt super slow and in one instance it's speeding up. And I think that's why I'm getting the zoom in, zoom out, because in that moment you can feel the shift. There's not going to be an adjustment period of like, because I feel like this is going to come at a time where your life is feeling very slow. Like, you may feel like nothing is moving. You may feel like things are very slow. And in one instance, you're like, okay, we're moving now, and it's gonna happen very fast. Things are gonna happen very fast, very quick, and you know, I'm on the move now. I'm going to meet this person. I'm going to go and have this opportunity. I'm going to go and work here. It's like that kind of feeling. It's this moment in your future is the moment between one of the slowest phases in your life and one of the fastest phases in your life. And it will feel pretty insane, but it's like, it's just that one phone call or that one email, and there's nothing else to it. You know, there's nothing else to it. And outside of that phone call, all of those things were always happening, you know? All of that progress was always going to happen. And I think something about this experience is really going to make you feel, it's so ironic because it's like you're not feeling connected to your guides at all, and you're like, oh, it's like I can't get connected to them. I don't feel connected to them. And in that moment, you will feel crazy connected to them. And it kind of feels like you're going to be moving forward, feeling super connected to your guides. Maybe your guides were kind of giving you a detox in this energy. This is a very interesting. It's so different to group one as well. It's like such a different feeling. I'm getting like your ears ringing. You'll feel it in your body. This moment is going to be like, it's almost like your body and your energy is just going to be recalibrated or something like that. But it feels like it has to do with very important piece of communication. For some of you, if it's like an email or a message, you might even notice like some sort of like angel number on like when it was sent to you or something like that. There might be something like that. I'm not saying that's going to be for everyone, but the fact that we've got this 1111, I just keep getting kind of like, you might even look at the, you know, the email was sent at 1111, or, you know, 2222, like, or, 444 or something like that. I don't know, but I'm just picking up that it could be something like this, like an extra confirmation, an extra bit of magic to this piece of communication. Am I getting anything else for you, group number 2? No, I think that is a moment in your future. That is a moment in time for you that you are going to be experiencing. And I keep hearing very soon. Honestly, for a lot of you, this could be very soon. This could be sooner than 2 months, even 3 months. But I feel like it's going to come at a time where you're just like, it's like it couldn't have come at a better time. This couldn't have come at a better time. This couldn't have happened to me at a better time. It's like I keep getting, this is the perfect time for this communication to come in, for this to happen. So yeah, I'm really, really excited for you, group number 2, whatever this is. If this comes true and you remember to come back and let us know what this is, I would love to hear it. I would really love to hear it. Let me know what this kind of like faded communication is, if you feel like coming back to this reading, if you remember. But I'm going to move on. So if you like this reading, do like, subscribe, and comment, and tip if you feel like it. If you feel like this reading was very enjoyable and you'd like to tip, you can tip me under this video at the thanks button, or you can tip me on my PayPal as well. But I'm going to move forward. So we're moving on to group number 3. Let's get into an important moment in your future. The last 2 groups were so interesting. This is one of my favorite readings that I've done so far. So I have no doubt yours is going to be interesting too. We've got Pluto, transformation. We've got forgive. Let go of any resentment or guilt that binds you from inner peace and growth. We've got hermit. Seek solitude to focus intently on inner life. Serves personal creativity. Dear Spirit, bring a gentle touch. There is a lot of gentleness here in this moment in your future. And we've got Starry Canyon, look for the light in the dark, optimism, hope, and inspiration. So this reading, I think you're going to be alone in this moment in the future. You're going to be on your own. And you're going to feel like a massive hope for the future. It feels like you're going to forgive someone. Okay, this moment feels like this. You may go and see someone who, or maybe have a conversation with someone. It doesn't have to be that you go and see them. This could be a conversation that you have with them over the phone or something like that. But this feels like you having a conversation with someone with whom you've really struggled with, you had a very difficult relationship with, or maybe someone you had a falling out with. But this feels like you coming home, like after interacting with this person, and kind of like I'm getting an image of someone leaning against the wall and going, I forgive them. I completely forgive them. And just having this moment of like clarity and hope for the future, because there's almost this feeling like if me and that person can hash it out, anything is possible. There's that, if me and this person can heal this moment, anything is possible. This could even be like for some of you, I'm kind of getting with a parent even. Like if you have a relationship with your parent that is not necessarily like so difficult that it's bringing you absolute and total misery, and this person is like abusive towards you. But if you have a relationship with a parent who is quite difficult and it is a struggle, it's not the easiest walk in the park. It could be something like that, but it could be a sibling, it could be a friend, it could be anyone, but it feels like someone the dynamic feels very much like I care about this person. I want to be gentle with this person, but this person tries me. This person is difficult for me. This person, or they have been difficult for me. That's why we fell out with each other. But it kind of feels like you might have this clarity or realization, wow, we both actually evolved. And it's not just about them, it's also about you. You're like, I can't believe I wasn't triggered in that moment. Like, I really evolved. And I wasn't like falling into like toxic cycles with this person that we used to fall into with each other. Like, we both have evolved, and it's such a relief. It's such a relief. There's something very gentle. It's kind of like this is a relationship with someone who maybe you've struggled to connect in a kind of gentle way with. And I think this might be your first gentle interaction with this person in a while. But the moment your cards are bringing me to is not the moment that you're with that person. It's kind of like when you're away from that person for the first time after that conversation and you're on your own. And you just go, that is progress. That is evolution. That is, I have hope. I have hope. Not only for our relationship, but for me as a person, for them as a person. There's truly is hope in this world. There's something very powerful about this. It's like I feel like you're gonna want to be alone after this interaction as well, because you're gonna want to digest what just happened. It kind of like if it is someone you're meeting after a long time and it's like maybe you had a falling out and maybe you have a conversation and this conversation that you have is super mature. It's very gentle. Nobody's getting triggered. Nobody's getting angry, which is like not the way that things used to be. It's like after you walk away from this conversation, you're like, holy crap. That was something else. And it's like this soothing feeling that I'm picking up on. I'm getting star energy with the Starry Canyon. I often do. The star from tarot. It's kind of, I just feel like this is someone, and it's about that person, but it's also not about that person at all. Because it's helping you move on in some sort of way, energetically. It's helping you feel better. And I keep looking at this hermit and it almost looks like he's holding onto his heart. Like something in your heart chakra could heal in that moment. But they're very specifically showing me the moment after that conversation. For some reason, like that's the important moment. The conversation, of course, is important, and you connecting with this person in a more mature, more gentle, more relaxed. But I think the transformation and how powerful, you're gonna feel the full power of that interaction after the fact, not while you're in it. You'll need to walk away from that person to feel the full extent of the power of that interaction, of that dynamic. For a lot of you, it feels like maybe a family member that you don't necessarily hate, or it's not a family member that you are dealing with and you're like, you literally are so abusive, you put me through so much. It's kind of like a family member that you're like, why is it so difficult? I want to get on with you, but why is it so difficult to get on with you? That's the energy that I'm getting. Or for some of you, it's like someone that you were like, this is too difficult. I love this person, but I can't interact with them anymore. I can't interact with them anymore. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Like, I need to cut this person off. And it's not because I'm cutting them off because I don't love them, not because I don't care about them, but because I need to just... And I feel like it's this kind of person, you're going to come back with them. You're going to have some sort of a conversation where... it will be gentle, it will be forgiving, there's going to be compassion. Both of you will show each other how much you've grown. And I feel like both of you are going to be really proud of each other. Like, you're going to be so proud of this person when you walk away from this conversation, but you're also going to be so proud of yourself. And I feel like this is going to be quite a transformational moment, quite a transformative. I feel like some of you might even sit down and meditate after this. Like, I'm almost getting that kind of, I'm just getting, now I need complete quiet to really absorb and process what that conversation was and how it went. And like, I need to really integrate that conversation into me. It's like pivotal. You're going to learn something about yourself in that moment. What I think for a lot of you, you're going to meditate, or you could sit down. You could sit down and, sorry, I'm getting a phone call, so I'm just going to let it ring. Because, okay. You're going to really learn something about yourself in the moment after that conversation. Like, a new piece of information all of a sudden will come up to you. Maybe it's almost like maybe you'll interact with that person, and the way that you act in the conversation and the way that you carry that conversation, it's going to give you like a new perspective on yourself. And you're going to be like, you know what? I feel like I actually found something out about myself here. Queen of Wands. Feeling inspired. The Sun. It's like you're gonna feel, you know, for some of you, if you're older, this could be your own child, maybe. It doesn't have to be, because for some of you, it could be your child. But only if that kind of energy resonates. If it's not, you're the child. And I feel for a lot of you, it's like a parent-child relationship, wherever you fall on that energy. But it's not for all of you. It's not for all of you. But it feels like a parent-child relationship, whatever side you're falling on in that connection. It's quite powerful. But I'm really getting like there's hope. There's hope. There's hope for us as a, as a mother-daughter, mother-father. There's, son, father, son, mother, or whatever. Like, whatever. Child, parent, basically. There's hope for us. Or it's like, if it isn't like a parental relationship, or if you're not the parent of this person, this could be a person you felt like you had to parent in some sort of way. Like you had to always be the parent in the situations between you. And maybe you kind of felt that kind of frustration towards them. Like, I shouldn't have to parent you on this. Like, there's that kind of feeling. But I definitely am picking up on like parental energy. And I think you're going to see how much this person has grown and matured. And that's really going to give you growth. It's going to give you growth, but it's just going to give you hope. But I feel like the moment that they're specifying to me is you on your own, kind of like relishing in the replaying the conversation in your mind and noticing like, oh, the way I responded there was very mature. Or like what I said there was really, really strong. How I interacted there was really, really good. Like, you're going to notice things about yourself that you're going to be like, I can actually interact with people, even people that have hurt me and I've been through like difficult scenarios with. I can really interact with them well and better than I thought. It's going to open you up to your own wisdom in some sort of way this moment. But I'm getting a very strong energy that this, for a lot of you, I feel like for a lot of you, this will resonate. You will literally sit down and meditate on it. Or lie down and meditate on it. Or journal about it. There's this very deep con- contemplation that you're going into immediately after whatever that conversation is. And it's giving you so much clarity on who you are as a person. It's gonna unlock something about who you are as a person. And there's something very beautiful about that. Like it's expanding your heart chakra and it's making you feel so hopeful about the future. It's kind of like, if you're healing your relationship with your parent here, it could be that, like, oh my God, maybe now we can do these kind of things together. Maybe now we can enjoy these kind of events together. These things that we used to not be able to enjoy, maybe now we can try. I have hope that we can. If we can have a conversation like that, we can have other moments that are special and gentle and loving and caring and forgiving like that. You're breaking down some sort of self-limiting belief about yourself as well. That there's something inherently wrong with you, or maybe this person made you feel like there was some sort of inherent flaw that you possessed. And you're kind of seeing that that's not true, that's not real, and they don't even think that. Maybe they thought that in the past, but it was because of their own self-limiting beliefs, their own anxieties. It's just so many things are becoming clear in this moment, and I think specifically the moment where you're alone digesting whatever happened here. For some of you, I feel 18 months. For some reason, I'm getting 18 months. The number 18 is here, but I don't know why. I keep being attracted to the number 18. I'm not attracted to any of the other numbers, and I heard 18 months. So for some of you, this could happen in 18 months, but again, it's a general reading, so yeah, I think that's all I'm getting for this group. It feels like a very simple moment in your future, but it's going to be so important. It's going to be so important. And I feel like there's an uptake in your energy. It's all of a sudden something is going to be unblocked in your energetic field. Like, it feels like you're truly forgiving someone for something. And again, if it's not a parent, it doesn't have to be, but maybe you felt like you always had to, like, be a parent to your ex-partner or something like that, or be a parent to your be a parent to your parent. I think if you felt like you had to be a parent to your parent, there's something here about that. But this could be like you felt like you had to be a parent to a friend, and it's being resolved in some sort of way, and that forgiveness, you're gonna feel forgiven by that person if there is something to forgive as well. But you're gonna forgive this person, and that's gonna really open up a channel to you of hope. Like, there's hope for these, no matter, because I feel like this is something that felt quite intense at a time. This is a connection that felt, this is very intense and very difficult, but this moment is going to show you, like, there's hope. There's definitely hope in the future of this connection, of this relationship. We could do a lot better than how we've been. So I love this. This is a really gentle, loving, caring kind of message. And I feel like your guides are saying, if this is, I feel like whoever wasn't, you were intuitively being pulled within this reading, whoever was like intuitively really catching your attention the most within this reading, that's going to be the person. So just keep that in mind. It's a specific person. I feel for a lot of you, it could be this Queen of Wands energy. So it could be a woman, but it doesn't have to be. But the Queen of Wands energy is very someone who could be a little bit selfish, who could be a little bit this person might have been selfish with you. And that's where the difficulty came in. And I'm just getting strong Leo energy. This person could be a Leo, very strong Leo energy. So Okay, we're going to move forward. So if you like this reading, do like, subscribe, and comment, especially with your feedback. I'd love to hear it. And if you feel like tipping me, if you like this reading and you want to tip me, you can tip me with the thanks button, the love heart button at the bottom. And you can also tip me on PayPal. Tips are always appreciated. But I'm going to move forward. So we're moving on. So last but not least, we're getting into group number 4. So let's get into... by the way, all the groups prior to you were so different. So I love it when all the groups are very different. That is like my favorite. I hate when groups are starting to echo each other constantly. I'm just like, no, I need different vibes. But yeah, all these groups have been very different. So I'm really excited to get into your reading. So we've got Capricorn. We've got Water. Someone who is nurturing, empathetic, and sensitive. Destroyer. Coyote spirit, trust in the divine detours. And we've got haunted staircase, don't let what ifs haunt you. Regrets, unsaid words, missed opportunities. Oh. You know what I'm getting? This is a second chance at something that you didn't... This is a second chance at something. For some of you, this could be... I feel like it's a route that you maybe took before, but you weren't ready for that route, or you weren't ready for that specific path, and so you came off it. You maybe even destroyed it. It feels like it's a second chance at something that you thought was destroyed and like you couldn't ever go back to it, but it's like you always regretted it, the fact that you like didn't go for it, or it's like this next moment in a moment in future. It's something that you might have asked what if or saw as a missed opportunity a lot in the past. For some of you, this could literally be a person. Like maybe you have a person in mind that you were like, what if we ended up together? What if we had a relationship together? But for a lot of you, this is more like a route or a path that you could have taken or you did take, but maybe you destroyed it along the way, or you divulged from it. You went a different route. But this time you're going to get to do it properly, and you're going to get to do it in a very stable way. So maybe it's something that you did, but you didn't have the energy to give it that stability, to give it that security. Maybe it's something that, it's like a path. It's like you tried to travel this path. You tried to go on this path. You tried to take this opportunity, but you weren't stable or secure in your energy. You weren't ready for that path. And so it kind of got destroyed, or it seemed like it got destroyed, but it's re-emerging. For some of you, it's re-emerging in Capricorn season is what I'm picking up on. But this feels like a moment in time where you realize, oh my God, I get to do this. I thought I would never, I thought that I screwed it up, that I was never going to get to do this again, that this was never going to, I would never get a second chance with this. I'm getting a second chance. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm getting a second chance. This is incredible. This is incredible. I'm getting a second chance. I'm just getting like, I'm not going to mess it up. I'm going to just completely drive it to this. I'm going to make this perfect. Like, and you're not getting into like too much of a perfectionist energy, but there is a little bit of a perfectionist energy with a Capricorn. But it's like, oh, and I promise I won't mess it up. So maybe you're like promising yourself or promising the universe that you will not mess it up this time. You're like, I promise, I swear, I promise I will not mess it up. This time I'm ready, is what I'm hearing. Wow, this is quite powerful. So what is it? What is it that it's like something you, and it feels like, I won't lie, and this is something that you will have to kind of either agree with or say, actually, no, that's not true. It feels like something you destroyed or messed up. Like, and not necessarily without any other help. Like, if, for example, if this is a relationship, maybe you destroyed it together, Maybe if it's a person, it's kind of like both parties destroyed it together. You had help. But you definitely had part in like destroying this or like not doing it properly, because but it also, it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's almost like the fact that you destroyed it the first time is a good thing, because it wasn't the way that you were, kind of the foundation of doing it the first time wasn't working. Like it wasn't going to be good because the foundation was not good. This time you're going to build a great foundation. This time the foundation is going to be great. It's going to be strong. It's going to be firm. You destroyed it because the foundation of it had to be destroyed. This could be like maybe a path that you took in career and maybe you were distracted. Maybe other circumstances in life were not giving you, you were distracted. You were unable to give it your full commitment. This is something that it feels like you were unable to give this your full commitment, but it's not necessarily because you didn't want to. There could have been other circumstances, other things that stopped you from giving this full commitment to this thing, whatever it is. This thing or person, and you're getting a second chance, and it's gonna feel so good to get the second chance. And this is a moment in your future where you're literally standing there and you're like, oh my God, I'm getting a second chance at this thing. And it will feel like incredible. Honestly, I feel like it'll feel really exciting. It'll feel like something just is bursting inside of you. Just so much reassurance from this. And I am getting this feeling of like, this time I can really commit. This time I know I want to commit. This time I feel that I want to commit. And I can commit, and I have the resources to commit. And I don't mean resources like money. I mean like resources in terms of like I have enough energy, or I have enough like resources. Time is resource, energy is a resource. It's not just money that is a resource. Money is a resource, but it's not the only form of resource. Wow, yeah, this is something that got destroyed because the foundation was crap. The foundation was crap. I heard the foundation was crap and we all know it. But now you get to build a new foundation. It's a second chance. It's like, no regrets kind of energy. No regrets. No regrets in destroying it the first time, because the first time was crap. And so it's not like the whole experience was crap, but the foundation wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. You knew you could do better, and so you're going to do better the second time. And I feel like this time when you do it, you're going to be so successful with this thing. Like, you're going to be so successful with this thing. If it's like a career choice or a career path or something to do with career, you're really gonna drive this home. Five of Swords. You know what? I usually don't get this message with the Five of Swords, but you're gonna win in some sort of way here. But you had to lose to win. It's like, because Five of Swords is like card of defeat, but we usually associate the Five of Swords with like being the defeated one, right? It's kind of like whatever this situation or this path was, it defeated you in the past in some sort of way. It's like the pressure of this thing defeated you or conquered you. And I just put out the Emperor reading from my tarot series, Tarot by Tarot. There was a lot of that concept coming through. It's like, do you conquer something or does something conquer you? And how do you conquer something? Because once you conquer something, the energy you put into conquering it will conquer you back at some point, and you have to keep that in mind. But if you conquer it in a good way, in a consistent way, in a loving, caring, empathetic way, it'll conquer you back in a loving and caring and empathetic way. So it's just kind of like, there's an interesting energy here of committing to. I really feel that energy of commitment. Like, I'm going to commit to this, and I'm going to commit to it in a good way. In a way that I should commit in the way that this thing deserves to be committed to, or this person deserves to be committed to. Or this may not be the same person, but it could be that maybe you had a person that you were in a relationship with, and, you know, maybe the relationship got destroyed because the foundation was not very good, and both of you destroyed that foundation, let's say. And maybe you're thinking to yourself, will I ever get a chance at a... Maybe you felt like, yes, the foundation was bad, but you really loved that person, and you felt like you and that person were actually very compatible, and there was a lot that the two of you could do together, but it's just the foundation was crap. So maybe it's not with that specific person, although for a lot of you, I think it could be. But maybe it's not with that specific person, but you're getting a chance with another person who you feel connected to, who you feel that strong energy with, who you feel that that kind of compatibility with. And maybe it's not the same person, but it feels like a second chance because you're like, I thought I'd never meet someone I connected with like that again. I think you can feel intuitively that you're getting a second chance at this. But I also need to slow down, because the High Priestess for me now is the energy of you need to slow down when I'm doing a reading, because of the High Priestess reading that I did, if you want to check that one out as well. Tarot by Tarot playlist on my YouTube channel. Check it out. But the High Priestess is letting me know, slow down. You're not taking in the messages properly. Okay. But she has another message outside of that. We'll get to it. This time that you're getting to do this thing over again, whatever it is, you will not let your biases guide you. You will be more in tune into the present moment and allowing the present moment to inform you in a more intuitive way rather than fall into your biases. Because it's almost like the reason that whatever didn't work out here the first time with the Destroyer card and the Tower, because these cards to me are very similar. The foundation crumbled because of biases, and it could have been your own biases, but also the person that you were with or the people that were involved. But you had a part to play in it, is the way that I'm getting it. It's like a missed opportunity coming back, either in the form of like an opportunity that looks different, but you will know that it's like, this is my second chance. I get another chance. I get another go of it. And this time I'm gonna get it right. Like, I'm really getting that energy strong. Like, I'm gonna get it right this time. I am also hearing by hook or by crook, but like, I'm not necessarily that energy, but it's a very strong energy of like, I'm gonna get it right this time. And I think this moment in your future is you having that realization. Maybe it's a person that you go on a date with, or maybe it's like your second or third date and you realize, oh my God, this is my second chance at like a really good relationship, like a really strong relationship. Or maybe you're meeting up with a person from your past. This could even be a friendship. For some of you, maybe it's like a second chance at a friendship. You know, it doesn't have to be romantic. But this time it's like I'm putting my biases and my ego aside. Because I think the reason that something didn't work within that first, and I'm not saying it's just your ego, it could be the other person's ego as well, but your ego played a part in it as well. And your guides are saying, like, you in this moment, whatever is going to be happening here, and it's quite abstract because I think it's going to be very different for all of you. You're just going to be sitting like across that person or talking to that person. I think for a lot of you, it could be a person. Or you're doing something. Let's say you wanted to be, I don't know, a musician, and you were in a band, and maybe your egos took over and the band split up and it got destroyed. And maybe all of a sudden you meet people and they want to start a band. and you're like, this is my second chance. Like, that's the kind of energy I'm getting. It's like, I can feel it. I think there's going to be a lot of chemistry between I think people are involved here. There's people involved. And it's that energy of like, I can see there's chemistry for the potential that the other go that I had of it had. The first time I tried it, I could see the potential of it. I could see the potential of the thing that I was trying to achieve. But my ego was too involved. My biases were too involved. So now I'm going to get it right this time. And I'm going to get it right because I'm not going to let my ego lead me. I will lead through intuition with water energy, and with the Capricorn energy, it's like dedication. I'm going to be very committed and dedicated to this. It's not just about being intuitive. I think you weren't truly committed to whatever this thing was, let's say a relationship. You weren't actually truly committed fully. You're going to be very committed this time around. It's going to be a very strong commitment that you're going to make to whoever or whatever this is. And this moment in time, it's just like, there's going to be something very, very spiritual about it, from a point of view of kind of sitting there and being like, this time I'm going to get it right. This is my second. I keep getting, this is my second chance. I thought I'd never get a second chance, but this is my second chance. I get to have a second chance. And it's even the realization of like, I get to have a second chance. Life is not just going to give me one chance and then never give me another. I literally get to have a second chance. 7 of Wands. There might be some insecurities that start creeping up, I'm not going to lie. But you're going to be determined. There will be insecurities of that you will kind of have to bat away in the moment. But in this moment, it's just going to be so obvious. Like, I'm getting a second chance at whatever this is. It's like, I get a second chance at this creative opportunity, or I get a second chance at like having this kind of a relationship, or having this kind of a friendship. I felt this chemistry. It's something you feel chemistry with. But the last time you felt that kind of chemistry, you didn't commit fully, and also too much ego was involved. It's kind of like wanting a specific outcome, but like wanting it from a very ego, like I need to for sure know that this is going to be the outcome 100%. So I think this time you're not having like expectations. You're allowing this path to take you on detours. You're not going to be in a position where you're saying to yourself, I need to make sure that this is going to be the outcome. And this needs to be 100%. Whereas I think the last time when you had a go of this, you wanted a very specific outcome. And it's good to have a specific outcome in your mind, but you also need to allow yourself to detour, as it says here. And that's why the foundation was shaky, because it was built on, if you're building a tower or you're building like something, you can't build the base of the tower, or before you build the base of the tower, you can't start building the top before you build the base. You have to build the base before you get to the top. You can't predict what the top is going to look like before you've built the base of the tower. We've got the tower here. And so you were trying to predict too much of what the top of the tower was going to look like, that you didn't pay attention to building the base properly, that you didn't pay attention to, and I'm not calling you out, I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me, I'm calling myself out because I can relate to this energy, so I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to me, I'm not preaching. You were so focused on what the top was going to look like and what beautiful little statue you were going to put on the top of the tower, that you didn't pay attention to how well you were building the base. You weren't present in building the base, building the foundation. And so you had to destroy it and start over. And but you weren't aware that that's what you were doing. You were destroying, and you were kind of thinking, I'm destroying this and then I'll never get a second chance. I'll never get to try this again. Well, guess what? You are getting a second chance. And I feel like whatever you're feeling intuitively, the second chance is, and not like what you're wishing it is. That's something that I really want to say. If you're wishing something, let's say there's a specific person and you're like, you intuitively know it's not them, but you're wishing, you're like, oh, I'm gonna wish it into my intuition. Do you know that feeling? Like when you're wishing for something and your intuition is telling you, like, that's not what it is. And you're wishing it and you're like, no, 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 if I wish hard enough, my intuition will agree with me. And your intuition's like, no, I don't agree with you. That's not what it is. So make sure it's what your intuition is telling you it is. It's not what you're wishing it is. It's what your intuition is telling you it is. And also not what your anxiety is telling you it is. It's what, and sometimes it's like, again, it's the same thing with your anxiety. Sometimes we will be like, our intuition is telling us something, but our anxiety is like, no, no, I know it is. I know it. It's like that mosquito. I don't know if you watch Big Mouth or Human Resources, the anxious mosquito character in it. It's like, I know it's definitely this thing. And your intuition is like, no, it's this thing. Okay. It's this thing. And so I think wishful thinking and anxiety are almost like, two ends of the same spectrum, and the intuition is something in the middle. When we're wishful thinking, that's not our intuition, and we need to pay attention to where that space is. And then when we're anxious and our intuition, we need to know where that difference is as well. And so your guides are saying this is a second chance at something, not that you're wishing for, but something you intuitively, like, I think when you're watching this reading, you're like, I know, my intuition knows what this is. I 100% know in my intuition what this is. And if you feel like you don't exactly know, but there's like an inkling of what it is, but you can't quite grasp it, you will know very soon what this is. But I think for a lot of you, maybe Capricorn season could be when the second chance comes around, but I'm not saying that strictly. I think the Capricorn energy is more so representing setting a goal and knowing how to set a goal without being so focused on what the end goal is going to be that you forget to build your foundation properly. That you don't pay attention to the quality of your bricks or the quality of the building process that you're doing. That you're like whatever. I don't know. I can't speak right now. My voice is just like, I feel like my voice is going even. But yeah, is there any? But it's like a moment in time where you're gonna. It's almost like it's slightly different to other readings I feel with you, Group 4, because it's more of the moment in your future that this is conveying or showing to me is a moment where you will have that realization. This is my second chance. This is my second chance. This is exactly the thing that I'm getting to do all over again for the second time with my experience, with all the wisdom and all the knowledge that I've collected from the first time, with all the wisdom, with the High Priestess here. And I am going to do it this time without my biases, without my ego, and I will succeed at this, and I will win this, or I will be victorious, or I will win at this in some sort of way. But I will do this. I keep getting, I will do this right this time. And the way to do it right is to do it intuitively, do it slowly, commit to it, and dedicate myself to it. But also allow it to detour me if it needs to. And not resist these detours. And trust my intuition in terms of these detours. And know that I don't have to control every outcome when it comes to whatever this is. I keep hearing, I'm going to boss this. You're going to boss it, whatever this is. This second chance, there's not going to be a need for a third chance because you're going to boss this, the second chance. This is my second chance. I'm doing it. It's done. Period. Full stop, period. Exclamation point. That's it. I'm doing it. It's such a determined energy. I love it. But it's going to be that realization. And I think first the realization is going to be like, oh my God, I get to do it. Oh my God, second chance. That's amazing. And the second realization is going to be that kind of energy of like, and I'm going to do it well, and I'm going to succeed at it, and nobody can stop me. So that's what I have for you, group number 4. You're determined bunch number 4. This was a really cool reading, and I love it. Just like every group was so different. I love it. So Group number 4. If you like this reading, do like, subscribe, and comment, especially with your feedback. I'd love to hear what you thought. Or just say hello, engage with my videos if you want to help me out with my engagement. It really, it would be amazing. But I'm going to leave this reading here. If you want to tip me, you can tip me with a thanks button at the bottom, or you can tip me on my PayPal. The link is down below, but I will talk to you and see you in my next video. Bye!